A couple weeks ago on Ask M&R Productions, I said this. Definitely not going to be getting that one. It's a pretty good promo for what it is if you're into that sort of thing. It's a really nice build. It's got the display stand and a minifigure, all for a $100 threshold. Very, very nice, just not for me. And well, here we are. Why am I making this video? Because I ended up buying the LEGO Amelia Earhart Tribute. Well, I didn't buy it. They gave it to me for free when I bought something else unintentionally, but yeah, we got it now. Yeah. Jesus. That's awful.
What, the throw?
Let's get out of here. You're fired.
You should just rig it up in the fall.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. I got this for free with my purchase over $100 at the LEGO store at Disney Springs. It is a pretty good promo for a free promo. I mean, you can't complain about free. I mean, you can, but in this case, there isn't much to complain about. It's an excellent display promo with an Amelia Earhart minifigure. Pretty neat. 203 pieces. And again, this would be like a $20 set if they actually released it. This actually wouldn't be like a bad set for them to have released for sale, but instead it is a free promo. So you can hear there's not a lot of get this airspace in the box. It's very tightly packed because they got all the pieces in there and they said we don't need a bigger box and they threw it in for a promo. So let's open this up and see what's inside. As usual, we open boxes from the right side and we have two pieces of tape. And here we go. So this one has a bunch of pieces, like I said, pretty chock full. And surprisingly, for as small of a set it is, numbered bags. So we have number 1 for the airplane, I assume. And then number 2 is going to hook you up with that beautiful looking all black stand, which is just going to kind of fade away into the shelf behind me, essentially. You get a couple pieces out separate. And then it looks like the instruction manual it kind of looks like the Christmas little ribbon that they usually put on there, but it's got Amelia Earhart on there. Just kind of like normal blue LEGO instructions. I'm curious if there's any bit of, yeah, there's some information. It's a tribute set. That's kind of neat that they have that in there. But that's all there is to that. So let's build the set and take a look. So I got it built, but I do have a quick fun fact about this set. It may be one of, if not the only LEGO sets ever, and I'm talking like sizable LEGO set, not a CMF, I guess, but it's the only set that I have ever built that literally builds the figure as the last thing that you build. If you have ever experienced another set like this, comment it down below, but I personally have never seen a set where the last thing you do is build a minifigure. For this set, it does make sense, but it's still really rare with LEGO sets. You just don't see that often. Anyway, this is what we're working with here with the Amelia Earhart airplane. We have the Amelia Earhart minifigure, and then the Amelia Earhart stand in all black there, which is a pretty sizable stand actually for as big of a vehicle as this is. We'll get an up-close look at the Amelia Earhart figure first. Usually I put it on a stand, but this feels like a less formal review, I suppose. We do have the map there, which shows her path from North America over on towards Europe, and it's actually a pretty nice map given the size of the thing. So you can see there's like the compass on the bottom right. It's got a pretty standard like Flyers outfit. I'm not sure if it's exclusive or not. Decent face print, but it's a figure that represents her well, and she does have a little spot on the stand there with a couple of studs. You just plop her on down and like very, very solid spot for her. You do have a little sticker for a plaque here that says Amelia Earhart Aviation Pioneer, which is pretty accurate given what she did. The stand for the airplane is really large, like unnecessarily so, but it's kind of neat in that way. Like usually, you know, for Star Wars UCS, that's the stand would just be like little sticks that kind of stick out to add stability, and this one's just like the whole thing, right? So it is a little bulky at that, but it is kind of a neat and different thing from what we would usually get for a stand for a LEGO set. I will say the connection for the airplane in this thing is a little bit weak, as you saw I knocked it off a little bit easy earlier, but you can see the underside there. So really solid and stable thing as far as the stand goes. The airplane itself can just knock off rather easily because it's only connected by those two studs right there, which is also kind of a benefit because you can actually like raise it up and lower it just to kind of show the airplane in a different position. It won't stay there unless you kind of built something under it on the backside, but it is neat to at least have that ability. You do have some stickers on either side of the plane to add some detail. On the front here, a little bit of flair, and then this sticker on the back end just kind of fizzling out towards the back of the plane. You do have the airplane information, including the lock need, and then you have like the number MandR7952. I'm going to assume that's accurate without looking it up. I would assume LEGO did the proper research and job to get the correct information on this airplane. It says NR7952 again on the right wing. the left wing is completely empty. The cockpit for the plane is kind of non-existent. It's not like you can put the minifigure in it. Unfortunately, it would have been nice, but at the sides, it's just kind of impossible. You have a couple of translucent cheese slopes there, those just so that it looks like a windshield cockpit area, which is rather nice. The biggest issue I actually have with this set, I think, is going to be this propeller, which can just like fall off really easily. Don't really like that, but you know, it also, like, the spinning action of it isn't perfect. Like, it doesn't freely spin, which is fine, again, I guess, because it's not a playset, but it still is kind of rather annoying. The couple of times I have wanted to like spin it, it doesn't spin, but it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna touch it, whatever, like, who cares? And then you have the little printed piece under it showing more of like the motor engine, whatever. Looks rather cool. I really like the building technique used to hold the landing gear in place. Yeah, with these pieces, it was just kind of interesting. So if you ever get to build this, you just pay attention to that. You'll enjoy it too, I'm sure. So overall, I think it's a pretty good model for free with a $100 purchase. It's something outside of the normal realm of things LEGO would usually do for a gift with purchase. So I think that's kind of a unique fact about it as well. Like, it's just a historical piece that is different. Like, usually when LEGO does a promo, it has to do with like a theme they have going, and this just doesn't really fit with anything, which I kind of appreciate it for and hope to see more of out of LEGO promos. I think this is unique, so hopefully we'll get more unique things like this in the future, and it's a nice little tribute piece to Amelia Earhart. Let me know down in the comments section below if you have anyone that you think LEGO should make a tribute piece for. What, the noise? Oh, oh. Just gotta put some, oh my god, some oomph behind it, balance it out, and let it fly. Are you ready?